Roadhouse. Roadhouse. Oh, I love the way Family Guy pays homage to Roadhouse with Peter Griffin just wrecking everything and looking at the camera and saying, Roadhouse! 30 years ago, Roadhouse was released starring Patrick Swayze, who pretty much came to fame as Johnny Castle in the film Dirty Dancing. And after that, he was hot property. I mean, he acted before that. But he was just that familiar face who just kept popping up in movies. It was the film Dirty Dancing that really gave Patrick Swayze starring film quality, starring role quality. And he was trying to get away from those romantic leads. He wanted to prove he could play a sort of western-like hero in the film, and he proves it very well in the film Roadhouse. He plays Dalton. Well, from what I hear, his name is actually James Dalton, but he's never called that throughout any of the film. He's always referred to as Dalton. A bouncer who is asked to go to this small town to help clean up a bar known as the Double Deuce. You know, the place where they mop up the blood after hours. Dalton wants to change that by keeping the troublemakers out and hopefully making it a fun place for people to go and have a good time. But the stakes get real high is when Dalton fires the bartender Pat for stealing money out of the register, and Pat also happens to be the nephew of Brad Wesley, played by Ben Gazzara. He's basically the town crime boss who pretty much owns the town. And things really get high for Dalton when he falls for Elizabeth, played by Kelly Lynch, a doctor who takes interest in Dalton. And why do the stakes get high there? Because Brad Wesley has had a thing for her too. How will this all pan out? Well, you're going to have to see the movie to find out. Patrick Swayze was good as Dalton. He's sort of this tough guy who always acts cool under pressure and never wants to fight unless it's absolutely necessary. Such a good character. Would anybody actually compare Johnny Castle to Dalton? No, there's no comparison. Dalton does things Johnny Castle wishes he could do. I mean, Dalton would hold nothing back. Johnny Castle would be more subtle than Dalton. But Patrick Swayze was good. It's a shame he died 10 years ago due to prostate cancer, because I think he was just always fun to watch. Kelly Lynch was also good as Elizabeth. She shows her concern. What Dalton's getting himself into. I think she was good too. Ben Gazzara as Brad Wesley. Whew. Such a menacing portrayal. He just he's one of those actors who could just sell a scene just by coming in to a place and just give a menacing stare, and you're like, whoa, you're very you're just creeped out by him. And let's not forget Sam Elliott as Wade Garrett, Dalton's Obi-Wan Kenobi, if you want to think about it. He just has this cool, relaxed persona, very much like Dalton's. And let's not forget the other performers too, like the late great Jeff Healey, who plays Cody, who's actually who is a singer, and he is actually blind. But I just love the way I just love the songs he sings when he's in the Double Deuce. And Marshall Teague is Jimmy, Wesley's right-hand man, who I like a scene where he enters the bar and trouble's about to come, because he just really shows you're about to have a rough time. Most of the actors during the fight scenes were trained by Benny the Jet. I have trouble pronouncing his last name. A fight choreographer. Very well done. I heard that when during Jimmy and Dalton's fight scene that Marshall Teague accidentally injured Patrick Swayze, but I think Patrick Swayze is just this consummate professional, just didn't take it personal, just kept going. And let's not forget another person, Julie Michaels, as Denise. Sort of gives you this Marilyn Monroe, Jane Mansfield like look to her. She's pretty gorgeous, and she's had a. She always shows going to actor Dalton doing advances on him, but Dalton's just not buying into her. Just shows he's not interested, and he acts cool about it too. She also became known from Point Break, also starring Swayze, as the naked chick who beat up Keanu Reeves. I like the fight scenes. After 30 years, this movie never looks dated. It doesn't. It's playfully R-rated. It holds nothing back. I love the modern Western look it gives. It's like one of those movies that was meant to be a movie for people who like these kind of movies, and it shows it. So I give this movie a 9 out of 10. Bye-bye.